Have you ever wondered what secrets China's ancient mountains and lakes are hiding? Imagine stepping into a world where legends come alive. Where every stone, every breeze whispers a story waiting just for you. Today, we're going off the beaten path to uncover some of China's most unreal, hidden gems, places so breathtaking, you won't believe they actually exist. Ready to discover the China you've never seen before? Let's dive in, and trust me, you won't want to miss a single spot. Qinghai Lake, Qinghai Province. Picture this. You're standing by the edge of a vast lake, the water so still it mirrors the sky perfectly. This is Qinghai Lake, China's largest lake, nestled high up on the Qinghai Tibet Plateau. The beauty here is breathtaking, with the clear blue waters stretching out as far as the eye can see, surrounded by mountains that seem to rise right out of the earth. But there's more to this place than just the view. Qinghai Lake has been a sacred site for centuries. It's not just a body of water. It's a place of pilgrimage for Tibetan Buddhists. As you walk around the lake, you can feel its history, its spiritual energy, and its timeless beauty. During the summer months, the lake is surrounded by fields of wildflowers, and if you're lucky, you might even catch a glimpse of migratory birds resting along the shores. The silence here is like nothing you've ever experienced. Whether you're cycling around the lake, taking in the scenery from a boat, or just sitting by the shore, there's a deep sense of peace that fills the air. Qinghai Lake is not just a place to visit, it's a place to experience, to reconnect with nature, and to find serenity in a world that moves too fast. Mount Mian, Shanxi Province. Ever dreamt of finding a place that feels completely untouched by time? Mount Mian in Shanxi Province is exactly that. Tucked away in the Taihang Mountains, this place is a hidden gem, full of dramatic cliffs, cascading waterfalls, and ancient temples. It's the kind of place that feels like it's from a storybook. When you stand at the foot of Mount Mian, it's hard to believe such beauty is real. The forest is thick with life, the air is crisp, and the sounds of rushing water fill the space around you. It's here, in the midst of nature's splendor, where you'll discover ancient Taoist and Buddhist temples, some of which have been standing for over 1,000 years. Mount Mian's beauty isn't just about its natural landscape. It's also about its history. This is a place where legends were born, where monks and hermits found solitude and spiritual clarity. As you hike along its trails or visit its temples, you'll feel like you've stepped into another era, where nature and spirituality were one. If you're looking for a place to escape the noise of everyday life and reconnect with something deeper, Mount Mian offers that peace. It's an adventure for both the body and the soul. The Forbidden City, Beijing. Step into the heart of China's imperial history, the Forbidden City in Beijing. Picture this. You walk through the grand gates and enter a world of red walls, golden roofs, and vast courtyards. It's a place that once housed emperors, officials, and thousands of workers, and now it's a living museum of China's rich cultural heritage.
许的温度，聆听岁月。
The Forbidden City isn't just an architectural marvel, it's a symbol of China's imperial past. With over 9,000 rooms, it's easy to get lost in its maze of halls, each one holding stories of power, intrigue, and ancient traditions. As you explore, you'll find yourself immersed in a world where every stone, every artifact, and every corner holds a secret. But it's not just about the history. The Forbidden City's beauty is in its details, the intricate carvings, the symbolic design of the courtyards, and the harmony between architecture and nature.
见证了明清两代24位皇帝的兴衰荣辱，宫的建筑艺术堪称巅峰，每一处细节都。
And when you climb to the top of Jingshan Hill and look down at the golden roofs below, it feels like you're seeing the entire history of China laid out before you. If you're ever in Beijing, the Forbidden City is more than just a place to visit. It's an experience that brings China's past to life. It's a place that will leave you in awe of the grandeur of China's ancient empire. Xishuangbanna Tropical Botanical Garden, Yunnan Province. Now, let's take you from the towering mountains of Mount Emei to the lush tropical paradise of Xishuangbannan in Yunnan Province. This is a place where nature feels like it's in full bloom all year round. Imagine stepping into a garden that feels like it's straight out of a dream, with over 13,000 species of plants, rare flowers, and tropical trees that seem to reach for the sky. In Xishuangbanna, the air is rich with the scent of flowers, the sound of exotic birds, and the vibrant colors of nature's palette. The garden is not just a botanical wonder, it's a haven for biodiversity. From the famous Victoria water lilies that bloom at night to the swarming fireflies lighting up the Bauhinia forest, every step here feels like a discovery. It's a place where nature and humanity exist in harmony, where you can feel the pulse of life in every corner. If you've ever wanted to lose yourself in a tropical paradise, Xishuangbanna is where that dream becomes a reality. Whether you're wandering through its lush forests, admiring the unique plants, or experiencing the local culture through festivals and traditions, This garden is more than just a place to visit. It's a place that stays with you long after you leave. Huangguoshu Waterfall, Guizhou Province. From the peaceful gardens of Xishuangbanna, we're heading to one of China's most awe-inspiring natural wonders, the Huangguoshu Waterfall in Guizhou Province. Picture standing before the largest waterfall in Asia, where the sound of thundering water fills the air and the mist rises up to meet you. The waterfall's roar is so powerful, you can feel it in your chest. Huangguoshu is not just a sight to behold, it's a sensory experience. The cascade of water crashes down over 67 meters, creating a dramatic display of nature's raw power. But what makes this place truly magical is the way the waterfall interacts with the landscape. Behind it, there's the Water Curtain Cave. Where you can walk behind the waterfall and see the world through a curtain of water. A view so stunning, it feels like you've entered another realm. The beauty of Huangguoshu isn't just in its size, it's in the way it makes you feel. Standing there, surrounded by the roar of the falls, the rainbow mist in the air, and the lush greenery, it's hard not to be humbled by the sheer force of nature. This is a place that forces you to pause, to appreciate the world in all its wild beauty. Leishan, Giant Buddha, Xuan Province. We're traveling to Sichuan Province to stand face to face with one of the world's most impressive monuments, the Leishan Giant Buddha. Imagine walking along the riverbank, and then, suddenly, there it is, a colossal Buddha, carved into the side of a cliff, standing 71 meters tall, with a serene expression that seems to watch over the river for centuries. This giant sitting Buddha was built to calm the turbulent waters of the Min, Dadu, and Chinqi rivers. But beyond its historical purpose, the Buddha's presence is peaceful, almost meditative. As you gaze up at the statue, you can't help but feel a sense of tranquility wash over you, as if the statue itself is inviting you to reflect on life and find peace within. The Laotian giant Buddha isn't just an incredible feat of engineering, it's a spiritual experience. Whether you choose to view it from a boat on the river or take the steep steps up to its base, the scale and serenity of the Buddha will leave you in awe. It's a place where the past and present meet, where history and spirituality are intertwined in a monument that continues to inspire peace and contemplation. Pingyao Ancient City, Shanxi Province. Let's step back in time and visit Pingyao, an ancient walled city in Shanxi Province, where you can feel like you've traveled centuries into China's past. Unlike any other city in China, Pingyao is one of the best preserved ancient cities in the country, with its Ming and Qing dynasty walls still standing strong, surrounding narrow cobbled streets and old courtyard homes. Walking through Pingyao is like entering a living museum. The city is full of history, from the ancient temples to the first banks of China, which made Pingyao a thriving trade hub during the Qing dynasty. But what makes this place truly special is the way it feels untouched by time. You can still see the traditional architecture, hear the clink of coins from old shops, and smell the fragrance of local food cooking in the streets. Pingyao is more than just a historical site. It's a place that immerses you in the past, where you can explore ancient alleyways, visit cultural sites, and even attend the annual Pingyao International Photography Festival. If you've ever wanted to see what ancient China looked like in its prime, Pingyao is your time machine, just waiting for you to step inside. Danjia Mountain, Guangdong Province, the Red Mountains of Wonder. Danjia Mountain, located in Guangdong Province, is one of the most remarkable natural wonders in China. The landscape here is unlike anything you've ever seen, with its striking red sandstone cliffs and rock formations that have been shaped over millions of years. As you stand in the valley, the vibrant red peaks around you create a scene that seems almost out of a fantasy. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is not only a geological marvel but also a place rich in history and culture. The iconic formations like the male and female stones tell a story of nature's resilience and beauty. Walking through the Danxia Range, the cliffs rise dramatically, and the vibrant red hue of the rocks against the green vegetation creates a surreal contrast that feels almost magical. The mountain is also home to Taoist temples and ancient shrines, where visitors come not just for the views, but for the peaceful energy that fills the air. Here, history and nature collide in the most breathtaking way. It's a place where every step brings you deeper into China's spiritual and natural heritage. Mount Tai, Shandong Province. Mount Tai in Shandong Province is often called the first of the 5 great mountains and has been a spiritual center for over 3,000 years. The mountain stands tall, offering incredible views from its summit, where ancient emperors once made pilgrimages to seek blessings from heaven. The journey up Mount Tai is a pilgrimage in itself, full of historical significance and natural beauty. Along the path to the summit, you'll pass through ancient gates, climb up stone steps worn smooth by centuries of travelers, and experience the serene atmosphere that permeates the mountain. The higher you climb, the more breathtaking the views become, with sweeping landscapes of the surrounding plains and mist-filled valleys below. At the peak, the legendary Jade Emperor Peak offers one of the most magnificent sunrise views you'll ever experience. Watching the golden light of the sun break through the mist and illuminate the mountainside is a moment that will stay with you long after you leave. The spiritual connection of Mount Tai, combined with its natural grandeur, creates an experience like no other. Mount Juhua, Anhui Province. Mount Juhua, known as the Nine Glorious Mountains, is one of China's 4 sacred Buddhist mountains, and a place that exudes tranquility and spiritual energy. Located in Anhui Province, this mountain is a destination for those seeking not just natural beauty, but a deep sense of peace. The misty peaks and ancient temples create an atmosphere that feels almost otherworldly. The mountain is deeply tied to Buddhism, with its temples and sacred sites honoring Kshitigarbha Bodhisattva, who is believed to have meditated here. As you explore the temples and hike the mountain's trails, you're enveloped by the serenity of the place. Every step feels like a journey not just through nature, but through history and spirituality. The landscape itself is as peaceful as the spiritual atmosphere. With its 99 peaks, waterfalls, and lush valleys, Mount Jiuhua offers both a physical and spiritual journey. Whether visiting the ancient temples or hiking up to the peaks for panoramic views, this mountain provides an escape from the everyday and a chance to connect with something much greater than yourself. Hukou Waterfall, Yellow River. Hukou Waterfall, located along the Yellow River, is one of China's most powerful natural wonders. The sight of the muddy waters crashing over the rocks and plunging into the gorge below is both awe-inspiring and humbling. As the second largest waterfall in China, it's an experience that immediately connects you to the raw power of nature. The waterfall is unique in its spout effect, where the water crashes through a narrow passage, creating a teapot shape, giving it the name Teapot Waterfall. The force of the water is so powerful that it creates misty rainbows, adding to the majesty of the scene. The sight of the water roaring down the cliffs, combined with the dramatic landscape, makes this waterfall unforgettable. The Hukou waterfall is more than just a beautiful sight. It's a symbol of the Yellow River's importance to Chinese culture. Known as the Mother River of China, the Yellow River has shaped the country's history for thousands of years. Visiting the waterfall is a reminder of the force of nature and the deep connection between the land and the people who live by it. Woyan Village, Jiangxi. With its old stone bridges, intricate carvings, and quiet, welcoming atmosphere, Wuyuan offers a rare glimpse into China's rich rural life. The smell of fresh tea, the sound of locals chatting in the streets, and the sight of farmers working their fields make you feel like you've traveled back in time. If you're a lover of traditional culture, photography, or just looking for a peaceful escape, Wuyuan is the perfect destination. Nestled in the picturesque Jiangxi province, Wuyuan Village is often called the most beautiful countryside in China. The beauty of this place is truly breathtaking. Golden rapeseed fields in the spring, vibrant red maples in autumn, and traditional Hui-style architecture that seems to belong to another time. What sets Wuyuan apart is not just the scenery, but the authenticity. The village is steeped in history and culture. Walking through the narrow streets of Wuyuan, with its centuries-old houses and tranquil surroundings, feels like stepping into a living painting. Whether you're here to admire the countryside, explore the old villages, or simply soak in the beauty of this timeless place, Wuyuan will stay with you long after you leave. Canas Lake, Xinjiang. High up in the Altai Mountains of Xinjiang, Canas Lake is a hidden gem of China. A lake so beautiful, it almost feels like a dream. Surrounded by snow-capped peaks, dense forests, and pristine grasslands, the lake's color changes with the seasons, shifting from deep blue to emerald green. The landscape around Canas is as breathtaking as the lake itself, creating a perfect harmony between nature and serenity. But Canas isn't just about the views. The area is home to the Twa people, an ancient nomadic tribe whose customs and traditions have remained largely unchanged for centuries. Walking through the villages of Heimu and Baihaba, you can see their log cabins, experience their way of life, and immerse yourself in a culture that feels as untouched as the land itself. For adventure seekers and nature lovers, Canas Lake is a dream come true. Whether you're hiking through the Altai Mountains, riding horses around the lake, or photographing the stunning landscapes, Canas offers an experience unlike any other. If you're ready to discover the beauty and mystery of China's remote northwest, Canas Lake is calling your name. Yating Nature Reserve, Sichuan. Yading Nature Reserve, often referred to as the last Shangri-La, is a place of breathtaking beauty and profound spirituality. Located in the high mountains of Sichuan, this reserve is home to 3 snow-capped peaks, Xianeri, Jambeang, and Chanadodorj, which are sacred to Tibetan Buddhists. The pristine lakes, meadows, and forests surrounding these peaks are nothing short of magical. As you trek through the reserve, you'll find yourself surrounded by crystal-clear lakes, ancient trees, and sweeping meadows dotted with wildflowers. The peace and serenity here are unparalleled, and with every step you can feel the power of the land. The golden glow of Xianer at sunrise is one of the most stunning sights in all of China, and it's a moment that will stay with you forever. Yading isn't just a place to visit, it's a spiritual journey. Whether you're hiking to the sacred lakes, visiting the Chonggu Monastery, or simply sitting in silence and taking in the view, this place invites reflection and introspection. If you've ever dreamed of visiting a hidden paradise, a place untouched by time, Yading Nature Reserve is waiting for you. Jiaozai Tiankong, Chongqing. Imagine standing on the edge of the world. You look down, and what you see is a massive, otherworldly sinkhole that seems to stretch endlessly into the earth. Welcome to Xiatiankeng, also known as the Heavenly Pit, located in Chongqing. This incredible geological wonder is the world's deepest sinkhole, measuring over 600 meters in length, and it's unlike anything you've ever seen. The scale of Jiaozhai Tiankong is jaw-dropping. The steep vegetation-covered walls of the pit create a surreal landscape, while the underground river that runs through it adds to the mystical allure. The Heavenly Pit isn't just a hole in the ground. It's a place that feels alive, a natural phenomenon, so vast and powerful that standing at its edge makes you feel small, in the best possible way. Whether you're exploring the lush flora that surrounds the pit, witnessing the rare species of plants and animals that live within, or simply taking in the view from one of the many vantage points, Jiaozhai Tiankong offers an experience unlike any other. It's a place where you can truly appreciate the raw beauty of nature and the incredible power of the earth. If you're an adventurer looking for something truly out of this world, Jiaozhai Tiankong is calling your name. Hongkun Village, Anhui. We're off to Anhui Province, where the quaint and picturesque Hongkun Village waits to take you back in time. Often referred to as the village in a Chinese painting, Hongkun feels like it's been lifted straight out of an ancient scroll. The moment you step into this serene village, with its misty ponds and narrow stone-paved streets, you'll feel like you've entered another era. Hongkun is known for its Huimaiyou architecture, whitewashed walls, black-tiled roofs, and intricate carvings that tell stories of its long history. The village is set against the backdrop of the beautiful Huangshan Mountains, with its winding streams and traditional homes that line the water. It's as if the entire village was built to reflect the harmony of nature, architecture, and culture. The charm of Hongjun lies not only in its stunning views, but also in its authentic atmosphere. You can spend hours wandering its peaceful streets, visiting the old halls and temples, or sitting by the moon pond, where the reflections of the surrounding buildings and trees create a picture-perfect scene. If you visit during the spring or autumn, the village looks like a painting, with colorful foliage and the mist rising from the water. For history enthusiasts, photographers, or anyone who simply wants to escape into a traditional Chinese village, Hong Kong offers an unforgettable experience. It's a place where the past and present blend seamlessly, and every corner reveals something new and beautiful. If you want to experience the tranquility of ancient China, Hong Kong is the perfect destination. Mount Emi, Sichuan Province. Imagine this. You're standing at the base of a towering mountain, the mist swirling around you, and the only sound is the wind. Welcome to Mount Emi, one of China's 4 sacred Buddhist mountains. This isn't just a mountain, it's a living piece of history. As you climb higher, the air gets cooler and the views get more breathtaking. When you reach the top, you're greeted by a sight that feels almost otherworldly, the famous Buddha's light, where the sun hits the clouds and creates a glowing halo. But it's not just the views. Mount Emi has been a sacred site for centuries, home to ancient temples where monks once sought peace and enlightenment. The atmosphere here is thick with history and spirituality. It's an experience that goes beyond sightseeing. And then there's the wildlife, from the playful Tibetan macaques to the lush forests surrounding you. Mount Emi is more than just a mountain. It's a place that speaks to your soul. Whether you hike the trails or take the cable car to the summit, Mount Emi isn't just a destination, it's an adventure that will stay with you. Ready to explore? Mount Emi is waiting. Lugu Lake, Yunnan/Sichuan border. I'm at Lugu Lake, and man, it's like nothing I've ever seen. The water's this crazy turquoise, reflecting the mountains so perfectly, it messes with your head. It's so quiet, I can hear my own thoughts for once. I feel tiny standing here, but in a good way, like I've found a place the world forgot. I tried paddling one of those Moso pig trough canoes, and let's just say I almost flipped it getting in. Total rookie move. Soaked my shoes and cracked up, but gliding across that crystal water? Pure magic. The air's crisp, smelling like pine, and I just zoned out, paddle in hand, forgetting all my stress. The Moso people here are incredible. It's a matriarchal setup. Women call the shots. I chatted with a lady selling tea who explained their walking marriage thing. Love without strings, just trust. Their village, all wooden and carved, feels alive with stories. They live so gently, keeping the lake spotless, like it's family. There's a vibe here, almost spooky. Mist rolls in, and locals whisper about a lake goddess. I dragged myself up at dawn for the sunrise. Stubbed my toe in the dark. Ouch. But the sky went pink, and I just sat there, coffee in hand, floored. The tea's salty warm, the water's lapping sound, the chilly air, it all hits you. Lugu Lake's got me hooked. It's not just a spot to see. It makes you feel something deep. Ever been somewhere that sticks with you? Share below. I'm curious. If you're thinking of coming here, just do it. You'll get it when you see it. Mount Yala, Sichuan. I'm catching my breath at the foot of Mount Yala, and let me tell you, this place feels like it's daring you to fall in love with it. Snow-dusted peaks tower above, cutting through the clouds, while alpine meadows stretch out below, dotted with wildflowers. It's not just the view that hits you, it's the feeling, like you're standing in a painting that's too big for a canvas. I wasn't ready for how quiet it is up here. Just the wind whispering through the pines, making me feel like I've slipped into another world. Hiking up was no joke. The trail got steep, and my legs were burning about halfway, especially with the altitude making every step heavier. I tripped over a root at one point, nearly face-planting into a patch of grass, but I laughed it off, mostly because the view kept getting better. When I reached a clearing and saw the mist curling around the rocky cliffs, I just stopped, heart pounding, completely floored. It's the kind of beauty that makes you forget your sore feet. Mount Yala is sacred to the Tibetans, and you feel it. Prayer flags flutter in the breeze, and I passed a small monastery tucked into the slope, its walls weathered but warm with history. The locals say this mountain's a place of blessings, and I get it. There's something about the air here that feels alive, like it's carrying centuries of stories. I met a Tibetan herder who shared some yak butter tea. It was salty and strange, but sipping it while looking at the peaks felt like a moment I'll never forget. This place isn't just a hike, it's a reset. The crisp air, the distant jingle of yak bells, the earthy smell of the forest. It all sinks into you. I wasn't expecting to feel so grounded, but Yala has this way of making you slow down and just be. If you're up for a challenge and a view that'll stick with you, grab your boots and come. Got a favorite mountain moment? Drop it below. I'm all ears. Langmusi Monastery, Gansu/Sichuan border. Walking into Langmusi feels like stumbling onto a hidden gem. This tiny town, split by a river between Gansu and Sichuan, is all rugged mountains and prayer flags flapping against a bright blue sky. I'm at Kirti Gompa, one of two monasteries here, and the vibe is unreal. Monks in red robes chanting softly, the smell of incense hanging in the air. It's not just a place, it's a feeling, like you're part of something ancient. I wandered into Namo Gorge nearby and, okay, I wasn't prepared for how wild it is. The path got narrow and I slipped on some loose rocks. Hard in my throat moment. But then I saw the White Dragon River bubbling up from a spring, and it was worth every wobbly step. The cliffs tower over you, and the silence is broken only by the wind and distant monk chants. I felt like I'd walked into a storybook. The monasteries, Kirti and Serti, are the heart of Langmusi. I peeked into Kirti Gompa and saw the preserved relics of a living Buddha, nearly 300 years old and still lifelike, which gave me chills. The monks were so welcoming, one even offered me a cup of steaming Tibetan tea. It's bitter, but it warmed me up as I sat watching prayer flags dance. This place is alive with faith, and it's humbling to witness. Langmusi's magic is in its mix-raw nature, deep spirituality, and a quiet that sinks into your bones. The air smells like cedar and incense. The sound of the river hums in the background, and every step feels like a discovery. I left feeling lighter, like I'd found a piece of peace I didn't know I needed. In somewhere that feels this special, share your story below. And if Langmusi's calling you, don't wait. It's worth the trip. Badain-Jaran Desert, Inner Mongolia/Gansu. I'm standing on a dune in the Badain-Jaran Desert, and I swear it's like being on another planet. Towering sand dunes stretch as far as I can see, some over 1,600 feet high, and tucked between them are these sparkling lakes, blue, pink, even red. I didn't believe places like this existed until I saw it. The sand hums when the wind blows, like it's singing, and I just stood there, jaw dropped, trying to take it all in. Getting here was an adventure. The jeep ride from Zhangye was a wild, bumpy 3 hours, and I'm pretty sure I left my stomach behind on one of those dunes. But when we stopped at Nortu Lake, surrounded by golden sand under a clear sky, I forgot all about the jolts. I tried sand sliding, total kid in a playground vibes, but wiped out halfway down, covered in sand and laughing like a goof. This desert's got history too. I visited the Badain-Jaran Temple, a tiny Buddhist outpost from 1755, sitting alone among the dunes. It's surreal, like it's guarding secrets the sand hasn't told. The Mongolian herders I met, with their camels plodding along, live so simply here, in tune with this harsh but beautiful place. It's humbling to see how they thrive in a land that feels so untamed. The air's dry and warm, the sand's soft underfoot, and at night, the stars are so bright, it's like they're showing off. I wasn't expecting to feel so small, yet so alive here. Badain-Jaran's not just a desert. It's a place that shakes you awake. Ever been somewhere that blew your mind like this? Tell me below. And if you're thinking of coming, brace yourself. It's a wild ride worth taking. Lili Ancient Town, Jiangsu Province. I'm strolling through Lili Ancient Town. and it's like I've wandered into an old Chinese painting. The canals wind lazily through the village, reflecting whitewashed houses with black-tiled roofs and stone bridges that have seen centuries come and go. I'm not gonna lie, when I first got here I was a bit grumpy after a long bus ride, but the second I saw the morning mist hugging the water, I forgot all about it. This place just pulls you in. I decided to explore one of the narrow alleys. Big mistake for my clumsy self. I nearly knocked over a stack of clay pots, earning a good-natured laugh from a local shopkeeper. But wandering those cool, shaded lanes, with their worn stones underfoot, felt like stepping back 500 years. The air smells like lotus flowers and fresh-baked sesame cakes, and I couldn't resist grabbing one. Crisp, warm, and just the right kind of sweet. Lily's history hits you everywhere. I stopped at Duanben Garden, this old estate with intricate carvings, and felt like I was eavesdropping on stories from the Ming Dynasty. The locals live so in tune with the canal's boats glide by, carrying everything from veggies to grandmas chatting away. It's a place where life feels woven into the water, gentle and unhurried. I sat by the moon pond, sipping tea, and for a moment, I didn't want to be anywhere else. There's a quiet magic here, like Lily's hiding little secrets in its alleys. The soft creak of wooden boats, the hum of Pintan opera in the distance. It's all so alive. I left feeling calmer than I have in ages, like the town gave me a hug I didn't know I needed. Got a favorite Old Town vibe? Share it below, and if Lila's on your list, go for it. You'll fall in love. Yuncheng Salt Lake, Shanxi Province. I'm at Yuncheng Salt Lake, and I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. The water's a wild mix of colors, pink, red, even green, like someone spilled a painter's palette across the surface. It's called Chinese Dead Sea, and when I waded in, I floated like a cork. I couldn't stop giggling. It's such a weird, fun feeling, but I definitely got some salty water up my nose, trying to show off. The drive here was a slog, and I was skeptical when we pulled up to what looked like a giant mud puddle. But then the sun hit the lake, and it was like the whole place lit up. learned this spot's been mined for salt for over 4,600 years. Mind-blowing, right? You can feel the weight of that history, like the lake's been quietly shaping lives forever. There's even a small shrine nearby, tucked away, where locals still leave offerings. What got me was how alive it feels. The lake's colors shift with the algae and minerals, and the black mud squishing between my toes during a mud bath was oddly satisfying. The air's sharp with salt, and the silence out here is so deep it's almost loud. I wasn't expecting to feel so connected to a place this raw, but it's like the lake has a heartbeat. Yuncheng's a bit out there, but it's worth the trek. It's not just a lake, it's a vibe that sticks with you. Been to a place that surprised you like this? Drop your story below, and if you're thinking of floating here, just do it. You'll be grinning the whole time. Chongbai Mountain, Jilin Province. I'm on Chongbai Mountain, staring at Heaven Lake, and I swear it's like looking into the sky's reflection. This deep blue crater lake, nestled in a dormant volcano, is surrounded by misty peaks and forests that go on forever. I hiked up here, puffing like crazy because the altitude's no joke, and at one point I slipped on some wet rocks. Yup, classic me. But when I reached the summit and saw that lake, I forgot every ache. The locals call this place sacred, and I get why. It's tied to Manchu legends, and there's this quiet reverence in the air, like the mountains watching you. I passed hot springs bubbling up from the earth, and dipping my hand in was like touching warm secrets from deep below. The smell of pine and volcanic earth, the roar of a nearby waterfall, it's all so raw, it makes your heart race. I heard whispers about a Tianqi monster, some mythical creature in the lake, and when the fog rolled in, I half expected to see something. Spoiler, no monster, but the shifting clouds made the lake disappear and reappear like magic. I sat there, munching on a granola bar, feeling like I was part of something ancient and alive. Chongbai's tough to reach, but it's a place that grabs you. The crisp air, the sound of rustling leaves, the view that stops you in your tracks. It's a reset button for your soul. Got a mountain that's left you speechless? Tell me below. And if Chiangbai's calling, don't wait. It's worth every step. Mount Kailash, Tibet. I'm at Mount Kailash, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This place feels like it's staring into your soul. Its pyramid-like peak, dusted with snow, stands alone on the Tibetan plateau, and the way the light shifts on its slopes makes it look almost alive. I started the Kora, the 52M pilgrimage around it, and let me tell you, day one had me gasping in the thin air, tripping over loose stones like a total newbie. But every step felt like it mattered, like I was walking through something bigger than myself. This mountain's sacred to 4 religions: Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, and Bon. And you feel that weight. Prayer flags whip in the wind, and I met pilgrims chanting softly, their faces glowing with this quiet strength. I'm not super religious, but sitting by Lake Manasorovar nearby, I felt this calm I can't explain, like the world slowed down. The locals say Kailash is the center of the universe, and yeah, it's easy to believe when you're here. The cold bites your fingers, the wind howls, and the smell of dry earth and yak wool is everywhere. I tried Tibetan Sampa, kind of like eating gritty oatmeal, but sharing it with a pilgrim made it taste like home. The stories about Kailash being unclimbable, maybe even a portal to another dimension, had me staring at the peak, half expecting something wild. Kailash isn't just a mountain. It's a journey that shakes you awake. I left feeling raw, humbled, and weirdly full. Been somewhere that changed you? Share below. And if Kailash is on your radar, go. It's tough, but it'll stay with you forever. We've just uncovered some of China's most unreal hidden places, destinations so breathtaking they feel like they belong in a dream. But don't just watch them on screen. It's time to experience them for yourself. These places are waiting for you to explore. The beauty, the culture, and the adventure are all there, ready for you to discover. So, why wait? The world's most hidden gems are just a journey away. Are you ready to step into the unreal? Start planning your next adventure today. And don't forget to like, share, and comment. Tell us which hidden place you'd love to explore the most.